Hello my lovely friends, it's Margaret, and it's time to nerd out about Shadowhunters. If you've watched my January TBR, you would know that I am doing a reread of all of Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunters novels, plus all of the short stories that she's written during the year of 2019. Somehow I'm going to fit in Chain of Gold somewhere in there too, because there's no way I'm missing out on that. I don't have all of the books, so I can't hold them up for visual reference, but I do have these lovely paperback editions of the Infernal Devices trilogy, which are gorgeous and amazing. I'm supposed to be buying these one by one as I get to them through the months, but these were on sale, so I just bought all of them. It's been a really long time since I've read the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices. Longer for the Infernal Devices than the Mortal Instruments. I wanted to have just kind of some sort of review, look back, just kind of going through my memory of, just kind of like, I don't know, stroll through memory lane so that I could compare how I feel about them now to how I will feel about them when I have finished this reread of all these books with the short stories and all of that. I figured what better way to do that than to do the Shadowhunters tag, where I compare TMI to TID to TDA. The original tag is by Samantha's Books. It only has the Infernal Devices and the Mortal Instruments, but I'll obviously be adding the characters from TDA. I will try not to go into there are going to be spoilers, guys. There just are. Let's just make that easy. The first question is, who is your favorite main character? So we're choosing between Clary from the Mortal Instruments, Tessa from the Infernal Devices, and Emma from the Dark Artifices. Without a doubt, I have to say it's Clary. I'm sorry, right now, she is my favorite. I know a lot of people feel she's very bland. I connected with her though. I don't know if it's just because she was just kind of the right amount of character and not character that I was able to insert myself in the story, but I connected with her. Like, she was an artist. I was really into art at the time. She didn't feel like she was pretty. Again, same thing. I still struggle with that some days. They're just so much that I just loved about her. Question number 2 is favorite Herringdale, and this is where we get a bit spoilery. So we have Jace from the Mortal Instruments, we have Will from the Infernal Devices, and spoiler alert, if you haven't left now, you want to leave because I'm about to spill something. But for our third option, we have Kit from the Dark Artifices. I love Kit, but like, whatever. This is so hard. This is so hard because I love me some snarky, angsty, broody boys. I just do. I'm gonna have to go with Jace. I have 6 books with Jace. I had 3 with Will. I love Will with my entire heart. But I love Jace more. He is my son. I would die for him. Yeah. Question number 3 is your favorite love triangle. So we have Jace, Clary, and Simon from the Mortal Instruments. We have Will, Tessa, and Jim from the Infernal Devices. And I guess we'll go with Mark, Kieran, and Christina from the Dark Artifices, because that definitely was a love triangle. I definitely have to go with Will, Tessa, and Jim, because that is probably my I am not a huge fan of love triangles, because most of the time I feel like option number 2 is just in there for the kicks, for the lulz, for the drama of it. Like, we're not trying to come up with a complicated romance plot. We just want to throw some poor dude in there, or girl, I guess. Mostly I see it with dudes. We just want to throw some second option in there so that we can screw things up between the main character and their love interest, who they are obviously going to end up with. Ha ha! Stephanie Meyer, you weren't fooling anybody! But Will, Tessa, and Jim, I love all 3 of them so much. And the way that just like ended and turned out was perfect. It was beautiful. It was a feat of fictional bliss. I don't know. I loved it. I never thought, like, up to that point, I didn't think I would ever love a love triangle the way I loved that love triangle. But like, it just worked so well because they loved each other so much. One of the few that I was gonna be happy whichever option Tessa went with. I mean, I was happier with the option that she did go with, but I would have been happy either way because I could see it either way and I was invested. Question number 4 is, who was the better villain? So we have Sebastian from the Mortal Instruments, we have the Magister from the Infernal Devices, and we have Horace Dearborn from the Dark Artifices. I hate Horace with a burning passion. I'm just gonna say, as a villain, I would probably go with Sebastian. I'm gonna go with Sebastian because I can't stand Horace and I don't want to give him that point. And I don't remember the Magister all that much. I'm not usually invested in the bad guy. I don't really care about the bad guy. We're gonna give that point to TMI. TMI is coming out really, really far ahead, I think, so far. I should probably be keeping some sort of tally of these points. Question number 5 is, who has the better army? So we have the, so we have the Dark Army from the Mortal Instruments, we have the Clockwork Army from the Infernal Devices, and we have the Cohort from the Dark Artifices. I really don't want to give it to the Cohort, but I feel like the Cohort feels really real, and I guess Horace had to be charismatic or something because he got all of these people to follow him. Yeah, I'm gonna give that to the Cohort because it just, So I guess we're giving that to the Cohort, even though I hate their guts and I think they all need to die choking on their own blood. Question number 6 is, which series has the better first book? We have City of Bones with the Mortal Instruments, Clockwork Angel with the Infernal Devices, and Lady Midnight with the Dark Artifices. I have to give it to Lady Midnight. Okay, so I was already invested in the world. Just like my emotions were so much more, they were just yanked out of my chest in Lady Midnight. It's amazing the way Cassandra Clare just took me and wrapped me right back around her finger. Plus, you get cameos in Lady Midnight from other characters that you know, and that was so much fun. Like, that was just amazing. I had so much fun with that. Like, Magnus shows up in the first book at some point, just like kind of pops in, and I was screaming outside in my neighborhood, just, it's Magnus! Yeah. Question number 7 is, which is the better female sidekick? So we have Isabel Lightwood from the Mortal Instruments, we have Cecily Herondale from the Infernal Devices, and we have Christina from the Dark Artifices. I've got to give it to Isabel. I love Isabel. Isabel is amazing. She makes me happy. I love her kind of growth, and not just her growth, but how we as readers grow to see her along with Clary. Like, Clary's view of Isabel and how she, like, her opinions of Isabel end up evolving, and I really like that. I actually had completely forgotten that Cecily Herondale existed until someone did this tag. So, oops. Question number 8 is, which has the better setting? So we have the New York Institute in the Mortal Instruments, we have the London Institute in the Infernal Devices, and we have the Los Angeles Institute in the Dark Artifices. The Dark Artifices. I have to give that to the Dark Artifices because I just feel like the Los Angeles Institute was so much more a part of the story and the plot, and like we're so much more in it. Like, I could see it, I could feel it in ways that I couldn't see or feel the London Institute or the New York Institute. So I'm gonna give it to the Los Angeles Institute. Oh boy, this is interesting. This is not turning out how I thought it was gonna turn out. Question number 9 is, which has the better last book? So we have, our choices are City of Heavenly Fire for the Mortal Instruments, we have Clockwork Princess for the Infernal Devices, and Queen of Air and Darkness for the Dark Artifices. So Queen of Air and Darkness isn't even in the running. Like, it just doesn't wrap things up as nicely and neatly as either City of Heavenly Fire or Clockwork Princess. Both of those are books that I felt like I closed the book. I actually did the same thing with City of Glass because I was originally the end of the Mortal Instruments series, but with City of Glass, City of Heavenly Fire, and Clockwork Princess, I closed those books going, that was the perfect ending. There was nothing I was unsatisfied about. Perfect, beautiful. I loved it. But I do have to say I loved Clockwork Princess just a little more. You'll know if you've read it and you've read the epilogue, you know why. Okay, just to go there. I love the Infernal Devices is probably by far my favorite series, even though I don't think it's scoring too well. But by far, I think it might be my favorite of her series. Ooh, this is gonna be difficult. And our 10th question is, which has the better epilogue? So we have the epilogue in City of Heavenly Fire, we have the epilogue in Clockwork Princess, and we have the epilogue in Queen of Air and Darkness. I was disappointed a little bit by the epilogue of Queen of Air and Darkness. Again, didn't wrap things up nearly as neatly as I would have liked. It just didn't. It also left out one key thing that got dangled in front of you twice. You did it twice, Cassie, and you didn't put it in the main novel. Frustration. still frustrated with that. But most of you will probably know what that is because, yeah, I'm Clay's trash. I remember some of the epilogue of City of Heavenly Fire, but it just, like, it didn't nearly bring me to tears the way the epilogue of City of Clockwork Princess. It didn't nearly bring me to tears the way the epilogue of Clockwork Princess almost did. I just, it has to go to Clockwork Princess. With all 10 questions answered, it is time for me to tally up the points, which isn't really hard because there are 10 questions. I'm gonna hold this up so I look important as I give you these statistics. Tied for second place, we have the Dark Artifices and the Infernal Devices with 3 points. So that means that with a whopping 4 points, the Mortal Instruments sweeps the competition away. I'm not surprised because character-wise, I just love those characters a little bit more than the characters in the Infernal Devices, but at the same time, I love the Infernal Devices so much. I'm really honestly not sure which of those two is my favorite series. I'm just not sure. But at the moment, we're saying the Infernal Devices. I could change my mind on that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. I make videos 2 to 3 times a week about books and writing, and I would love to see your lovely face here on a regular basis. If you want more of my bookish content, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. Those are both at the word nerd with a 3 in nerd instead of the E. Happy reading, everyone, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!